Hey, welcome back to a new episode for this Warhammer 40k Rock Trader playthrough. In this episode, we are here in the atrium on the footfall. We investigate what's happening on this station. There are still a couple of more areas that we need to explore. This one, I think the palace and the shadow quarter. We're gonna explore this first, and after that we are gonna go to the shadow quarter and see exactly what's happening. Probably, if not, we are gonna go to the palace and see what's happening with the basically the lord of this place. Okay, let's start investigating. I don't know why my bird went there. There are a couple of things that we can loot here.
That Reverend Hieronymus makes do with that shoebox of a chapel in the atrium for his servants. Footfall has several temples, far more befitting his status.
The Drusians are a unique order. They teach people to be content with little, and they follow that principle themselves.
Okay, there is an Imperium check here.
This task should have been accomplished easily.
Yep. But apparently we didn't succeed, so we are gonna save scam it.
Duty prevails.
Well played, Argenta. Okay, let's see what else is here. I can go here. There are things that we can loot here.
The machine god grants the insight.
There is this Targonus, whatever dude's name is. The buzzing crowd has closed in on several harried-looking individuals. Some of their faces are smeared with fresh blood. The angry cries and twisted faces leaves no doubt a massacre is about to take place. Instigator, just cut their throats already. What were they thinking letting that ship dock at footfall? They're all stricken. Instigator, no cutting. We get their blood on us, we'll be tainted too. Better burn them. What's gonna happen here? Are these the nobles? Hieronymus Doloroso, be quiet, you scoundrel. A police clad in a simple black raiment cuts through the crowd like a void ship crossing the sky. You dare pass judgment on others? What arrogance to think you have the right. Argenta starts at the sight of the elderly priest. That's Reverend Hieronymus. I'm surprised he's decided to intervene in a street squabble. Intervene? What is going on here? Several dozen gazes bore into you, and who are you supposed to be? I am Dragonel, rock trader of the Von Valentians dynasty. The rabble rouser laugh uproariously, and I'm Incendia Chorda, Kadagaff. Her ladyship Theodora is head of the Von Valentians line. I saw her with my own eyes when she came to footfall, and you don't look much like her. Silence, you must be completely out of your minds. A band of woefully dim-witted reprobates who think themselves bringers of justice. Who are you to pass judgment on anyone? All you ought to be doing is suffering and repenting till the end of your days. And what's so wrong about that, Reverend? We just want to put these heretics to death. We are not heretics, this refugee says. The haggard man is on the verge of tears. We're refugees, I swear it on the golden throne. We served the Imperium faithfully until they hung us out dry. Where were the protectors that were meant to shield the lands of humanity from nightmares? Traitors and heretics, the lot of them. A murmur runs through the crowd. The people gawk at you, at the priest, at the wretched group huddling in the center. How tiring. The motley sea of colors that fill the restless crowd is hard on the eyes. So many hues, but the most of them are acid yellow streaks of fear. Their red buds swelling, ready to burst and paint all who are gathered here. As the hearts of those who have been forced to defend themselves, they are shrouded in purplish black grief, but their words are as transparent as the ice that lies at the top of the glacier. But commoners are always deaf to others' suffering, for such is their nature. Interfering in their affair is hardly worthy of you, Dragonel. Address the refugee. Those are serious accusations you're spouting. I hope you have the proof to back them up. What more proof do I need? The man shouts. Kiava Gama used to be a prosperous world. My family transported goods from there for generation. And then they come, they butchered, tortured, sacrificed entire blocks to the darkness. We were on our ship up in the orbit, and all those messages started coming in. Half of the wardens that are down there joined them right away, and they even reached us in our ship with some blight that made half of our crew take their own lives. We barely escaped, we barely made it here. Why this happened to us? Calamity on industrial world. Is this a rumor? Yeah. I wonder what all this is about. Is our planet really under attack, or did some devious opportunist send these landers here to undermine the might of the Von Valanche's dynasty? Could it be? I wonder. There is one guy, I bet you've heard of him. His name is Kunrad Voidvir von Valacious. He ran from us not too long ago after having his ass handed to him. He must be itching to get even. Get even by besmirching the dynasty to which he belongs and supremacy over he laid claim. He is calm, but he's no idiot. No, I think this is something else. There are many who wish to weaken House von Valacious. Either that is much simpler, these people aren't lying and their planet was captured by heretics, and the rest of it they made up themselves. I can sense darkness in their past. I may not be an expert on Kunrads and their schemes, but when it comes to things like this, I know what I'm talking about. Let's try to go with this coercion. All onlookers are to return to their homes immediately. The refugees can go to Dock Alpha Row. I will speak to you later. Comply or face the consequences. And what make you think we'll listen to you? Maybe you are one of them, here to help out heretics' bodies, huh? You better stay out of this or we'll get you too. And you, Reverend, you can look away or whatever while we handle this. I hope you don't plan on letting this install to your house slide. You will dare oppose me? Should we attack them? Abelard is glaring at the crowd before you. I think I'm gonna load. I want to make that coercion check, but the problem is that... You know what? Let's attack them. You will dare oppose me? Seeing that the crowd's attention is distracted, the refugees from Kiava Gama make a run for the docks. Go on then, wreak your depravity. The Empress already sees all the rotten baseness that drain your souls, and I place my hopes in his judgment.
Annihilate them! Yeah!
These are some instigators, I think, right? Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna save scam it. They are not that hard to deal with. Cassia is first. I think we are okay-ish in this angle. I think I can go give my main character right couple of buffs.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
We can put these here.
I'm not
And basically made them take more damage. Can we rotate them? Yep.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
I try to be reasonable, but they made me do it.
Me? If you insist.
Let's see, can we jump near them? Nope, but I can go something like that.
Nothing I can't do.
And this should give me movement,
Value has been lost.
right?
Never wavered in the face of adversity. Absolutely not.
You can jump here then. Okay, that... I thought it will kill this guy.
Challenging me was your biggest mistake. Suits my purposes. Not a problem for... All too easy. You didn't stand a chance.
Okay, so basically
Not my specialty.
we almost killed them with my main character.
Nothing I can. Nothing of value has
No,
been
we really killed them with my main character. This is so fucking OP. Okay, so we killed these guys because apparently Abelard doesn't like to be having a leader that is mocked, and he asked us to kill all of these guys. So let's speak with this good dude. There is a Lord Imperium here.
I failed.
Did I saved? Yes, I did. At least I'm gonna save scam this. In the dialogues, it's pretty hard because I don't think you can save when you are on the dialogue option. Let's pick this. Can we grab these or what? Nope.
Never doubt me.
Never ever I will doubt you. First mate the gun. There is another dude here, Carnival Baker. We can go here also, but before that let's speak with this Drusian preacher. Or who is this? Where is that dude? It's here? Okay, he is here.
to the stars.
Lord Imperium there, let's do that before speaking with him.
The Emperor favors me today.
We'll play Argenta. Let's see what this, where is it? Hieronymus Doloroso has to say. The man with a face so drawn, it appears to be made of nothing but skin and bone, fixes his unblinking bird-like eye onto you. The priest's simple black clothes have next to no adornment, and they do not think to mask his unhealthy garments. In a cracked voice he says, "The Emperor protects. Who are you?" "I am Reverend Hieronymus Doloroso, I'm called, head of the Drusian mission and possibly the last hope for wayward souls that inhabit this fringe forsaken by our master. The Emperor protects, Reverend, but he protects only those who are pure of heart. Do you think yourself one of them? Be leery of this conviction of yours. Many who have risen to the pinnacle of faith have fallen from it into the embrace of pride most degenerate. And you must be the young von Valetians. Their name carries weight, and it's a burdensome one, for its reputation suggests that Theodora encumbered it with many a transgression. I wonder, will you seek to shed them, or will you carry them onwards, picking them along the way like ripe fruit and savoring their sweet poison? How do you know who I am? The Emperor has blessed me with acute hearing, and the people did the rest. How many members of your crew do you think came to confess the moment they arrived in the port? How long do you suppose it took me to piece together the truth from their words?" We succeeded the awareness. The priest's voice is rasping and harsh, but you still manage to pick up a strange change in tone. There is something hidden behind this shift in his speech, something that he did not consider necessary to explain. Interesting. You're saying Theodora was a transgressor? A woman of great gifts, but few consider virtue to be one of them. People whispered that power had corrupted her, made her believe that she was entitled to anything she wanted. It is known that she showed cordiality to Xenos, broke taboos and violated dogmas. Then again, so do nearly all rogue traders. Let's go with this one. Rogue traders are Emperor's anointed. I act at his command as evidenced by his signature on my warrant. And did he grant it to you personally? The Emperor has entrusted his servants with the future of humanity, but people are too weak and flawed to prove themselves worthy of his trust. Only suffering can cleanse us, but we fear it and thus remain solid. Let's go with dogmatic. Make the sign of the Holy Aquila. I put my faith into the Emperor. Did we succeed or not? Persuasion test succeeded. It was a persuasion test? Anyway, he gives you a scrutinizing look, then his tone softened. Well then, be twice as diligent, for this sector sees any chance to test your faith. He looks at Argenta, who is standing nearby, and his voice softening slightly. Greetings, sister. I congratulate you on your return. Was your pilgrimage fruitful? It was, Reverend. Let it be known to you that Theodora von Valencien's ship was attacked by servants of the archenemy who appall the heart of any righteous soul, she says, nearly hissing with fury. And not all of them met a fitting end. Some fled, and more than that, their blasphemous words clearly pointed to this attack being part of a larger design. Reverend Hieronymus, I wish to join the esteemed rogue traders' crew and help protect the von Valentians dynasty from the forces of the arch-enemy. I am divesting myself of responsibility of guarding the footfall reliquary. Let's go with this one. Sister Argenta stood by my side during the assault on the ship, and I could use her assistance going forward. Hieronymus nods in thought. Follow the call of your soul, sister. The footfall reliquary will be preserved even without your contribution, as it was in all the years preceding your arrival. Hieronymus smiled sadly. I know what is that called you to follow the rogue trader, Sister Argenta. You seek combat, for it helps you to forget how hollow and worthless our lives truly are. It offers the illusion of meaning. Perhaps you will relinquish this illusion one day, or perhaps you will die before that day comes. Regardless, I wish you luck on your new path. But before you part on a path towards your new destiny, I have a request to make of you and your companion. Many among my flock are from the poorest, most disposed people on Footfall. They are brought me troubling news from Footfall's shadow quarters. In the darkest corner where the liege wardens do not venture, taint has taken rot. Footfall is consumed by profanity, but even here, through heresy, serving the arch-enemy is a rarity. The cultists who now dwell in the shadow quarters mark their abode with a sun inscribed in blue and gold and perform strange ritual in secret. The weak find solace in believing these reports to be rumors, but I well know that evil lurks around us, and I wish to see retribution. I come across heresy surprising often these days. Indeed, dark times are upon us, and wretched souls grow even more eager to embrace heresy, both on Footfall and every elsewhere. Its foul buds are coming into bloom. Troubling news is arriving from many planets. There are whispers of wicked things taking place on Kiava Gamma, and just recently a transport ship by the name of Navika, teeming with refugees, arrived on Footfall from Winterscale realm. Their words were stricken with blasphemous sedition, and such was its severity that they had to flee to save themselves. A new rumor. The liege refused to accept them, and so they headed to Fallstone, a desolate cloister of the righteous. It was wise of them not to linger in this den of villainess. Why don't you go to the liege with this matter? I do not walk the paths leading to the liege, Hieronymus frowns. Vladaim is weak and riddled with worms on the inside. He seeks to please his Kasbalika masters, those peddlers of relics of the unholy Xenos. We will verify this rumor, Reverend Hieronymus. Another one. With great pleasure, Argenta lays a hand on her weapon. I almost wish for the rumor to be true. My heart yearns to battle some heretics. This is where I bid you goodbye, sister. Noble Dragonel, is there more you wish to ask me about? What are you doing on Footfall? What I am doing in this den of blasphemous pagans and the vilest of souls, you mean to say? Well, Footfall is the first and last stop in the Coronus Expanse. It is the point of arrival for those who have just started on their path, and it's also where those who are reaching its very end return to their soul wounded and bleeding. I embrace both the former and the latter so that they may cast an honest eye over their impurity. Furthermore, rumors across the entire sector amass on Footfall. If I hear crewmen whispering about reclaimed shrine ward or expressing desire to carry the Emperor's light into the darkness among the stars, I help my flock in their sacred duty. Devoted trailblazer need assistance, both spiritual and material. Tools, equipment, even garments and simple everyday items. Anything that might help pilgrims on their long journey and during the first days of harsh frontier life is worth its weight in gold to us. May any help you offer to the effort of gathering such things be blessed. The path of true believers leads into darkness to search for the words that have lost its radiance steeped in depravity. Blessed are the deeds of those who give themselves into the void and the warp in hopes that their action might bring light into the darkness, reach of the expanse, and deliver previous barren word into the Imperium's service. Hieronymus is silent for a few seconds, all the more bitter in the realization that all brave souls will succeed in their mission. Footfall still awaits news from the Wasteland Wayfarer, an ancient ark of ship headed for a distant star. Her last astropathic message was sent beyond the Cinerus Maleficum, and the stars have kept her fate secret since. Another rumor. Lost in the void. I bear another darker duty. The expanse is filled with the tainted creation of unholy heretics. These insidious objects are a danger to the soul, but I know what to do with them. Should you, on your travels, come upon dangerous corrupted objects, bring them to me, and the reward for your vigilance will be even more generous. The Drusian mission has much to share with the rogue trader. I like to take a look at what the followers of Saint Drusus have to offer me. Let me see. Okay, so this is a vendor. Interesting. So, deck officer helmet. This is what we have. All targets of taunting screams suffer a -10 penalty of their willpower. Okay, this is my good. It might be good for Abelard. Let's buy everything. Archmilitant or militant. Okay, this is nice. I don't think we can arrive at level 3 with these guys. We need to give them so much loot. The Drusians. Let's give them the loot. Fuck it. They have really nice things here. Spinner's breastplate. This might be good for us. Extra toughness. Interesting. Dark visionary hood. This is good for a navigator. Interesting. Okay, let's continue discussing with him because I think he has one more rumor. I like to take a look. Okay, can we move our conversation to a place more befitting people of our ranks? Why? For a missionary, his temple is the patch of a deck beneath its feet. From where I stand, I can clearly see the life of my flock, all its busting, blooming, and whittling. Here I can see their vile urges, futile hopes, and the flashes of sincerity. If I were in the habit of locking myself in a temple, would I have made it in time to intervene in the massacre of your subjects from the Kiava Gama? No, the truth resides not in golden halls, but here, in the square among the people. Golden halls are home to others, far filthier things. I have question about fate. My sermon planted the seed of fate in the heart of the another rogue trader once, Incendia Chorda. Perhaps you are destined to become my second fledgling. Tell me more about the Emperor. You think it is so easy to put into words his essence and splendor? The Emperor is the perfect deity that reads our hearts and grants us his light. He led humanity out of darkness and horror. He created our greatest home. He experienced torment and pain which only made him stronger. That is a lesson to us all. Purity is not to be formed at the bottom of the dirtiest hive or in the golden palaces, but only among the ranks of those who suffer. Argenta slightly makes the sign of Aquila, her bright eyes burning with unyielding flame. What is the proper way to worship the Emperor? Pray to him, destroy his enemies, and touch not their poison gifts. Cast aside all doubt and vigilant against the weak soul beside you. When you see a sign of taint, burn it away without pity. Pain is good. It tears the crust of villainous from one's soul. And remember that if you see no fault in you or around you, then you are not being diligent enough in your search, or you are being too lenient on yourself, averting your eyes from the truth. The Emperor's servants, who are they? You speak of the Adeptus Ministorum. Well, these heralds of his word hold great power. Every priest, myself included, is part of its hierarchy, and a cleriarchy possesses the unique right to judge what is virtuous and what is malign. The Adeptus Ministorum prays and cares for the temples. It sends missions such as my own to every corner of the dominion of humanity. It fights against heretics. I imagine it is very advantageous for the cleriarchy to pose as a congregation of saints. Forgive me for not buying any of it. I'm not gonna go with this. Shall I go with this? Let's go dogmatic. May the Emperor bless his faithful servants. I think we can still go like this until level 2, right? I'm gonna go full iconoclast, but I'm gonna also pick some dogmatic things. You think that his mercy extends that far? I've seen many who wish to be our shepherds. Power clouds their vision and their greed and scoop up all that they can. The ecclesiarchy is long overdue for a cleansing. Many will consider your remark about the ecclesiarchy to be heretical, and many others will find them truthful. I am a preacher of radical teaching that renounces fear. I have left the bounds of the blessed Imperium to carry his light into the darkness of the frontier. I came to know depravity firsthand, and now I am able to perceive it under any guise. I think I can afford myself a modicum of truth. Who is the enemy of the Imperium? It has three faces: the inhuman Xenos, who wish death upon us simply because they are unlike us; the pitiful subhuman mutants, abomination, that wish death upon us because they envy us and are ashamed of themselves; and the archenemy that reigns in the Immaterium, which wishes death upon us by its very nature. So basically everybody. Xenos, humans, demons, everybody is the enemy of the Imperium. Idira starts giggling at hearing her. You forgot to mention people like me. My whole life people have told me I'm filth on the face of humanity. Poison its bane. She stops abruptly with a sob. Tell me about Incendia Chorda. Have you heard of Aspice Chorda, pirate, blasphemer, xenophile, and egregious apostate? Incendia is her hair, and a rarity among rogue traders. The protection of the Holy Warden typically leads to the swift atrophy of consciousness and pious dread, but not Incendia's case. She relentlessly hunts down pirates and firebrands and brings the rebellion colonies to repentance, establishing strict discipline. The weight of her wrath is great indeed. The colonies she punishes are guarded with orbital ring of heretics' corpses as a warning to the survivor. As her personal confessor and guide, I find no end to the joy her triumph in the faith brings me. I'm gonna go with this one. Since when is orchestrating massacres a sign of virtue? They aren't massacres, this is war on apostasy and treason, and in this war Incendia Chorda is inflicting grievous wounds upon the wicked. Thank you for your explanations. Think nothing of it, young von Valacious. Tell me about yourself. Neither my past nor my present hold any secret, but take heed when gazing into my heart, for many dark thoughts lurk within. What is troubling your hearts? Bad omens, dark times has come, ships from the Imperium barely appearing on the Coronus expanse anymore, in footfall shadow quarters, stained thieves, thrives, and the people here are corrupt enough to succumb to it gladly. Rumors around the expanse says that the accursed Xenos has grown bold and are rearing their heads. They attack ships and settlements, walk under the suns of Imperium wards like king instead of cowering in the shadows. What next? What adversities await us in such disgrace is happening already. He shakes his head sternly. Another rumor. We learn another rumor that's really nice. There's more and more talk of how poorly things are going in the expanse. Some days it seems I can't take 2 steps without hearing some peasant pontificating on the matter. Even if it is as dire as they say, the Von Valacious reign will not crumble under these blows of fate, no matter how devastating. Chin up, Lord Captain. This is no time to lose heart and lament your lot. Not only is your hope false, it is also dangerous. Among his servants there have been people of greater integrity who sully themselves in their attempts to rise above the rest. Tell me about the Drusians. We are a sanctioned imperial cult which honors Saint Drusus, scourge of the Baals, childer bane of Xenos. Just as once fearless venture in the Calyx sector and spearheaded its conquest, so do we travel to untamed reaches and expand the Imperium border. We are pilgrims and scouts who descend into darkness of lawless sectors, and our eyes are inured to vice and filth. We received something interesting. I don't know exactly what to do with these things. Just as Saint Drusus found his martyr death and was reborn in faith, so do we search for the purity power of trials and suffering. From the folds of his black robes he produces a thin pamphlet. Read this. It contains the basics of our dogma. Perhaps you too will sense the truth in Saint Drusus' words. Who was Saint Drusus? He was a great saint, irrepressible and decisive. Drusus served the emperor as a simple member of the guard who fought in the glorious Angevin crusade and rose to the rank of general. It was a grueling conquest. The Imperium invaded Calyx sector, back then a savage expanse populated by Xenos and heretics. Drusus delivered many defeats unto the enemies of the humanity. He brought down the twisted kings of Akreaj, liberated the planet Dre from the unholy dark demons, and had many triumphs. But then they encountered a race of unholy Xenos. Rivers of blood flowed. Golgena Angevin died in his quarters. The crusade was about to crumble, but then we received unexpected help from a foe. The Xenos sent their assassin to the great Drusus, but the Emperor's will shielded his servant from the attack. Slain but resurrected through a miracle, Drusus asserted himself at the head of the Angevin crusade as its lord militant and saw the Xenos' extermination through to the end. He brought the Calyx sector to accord and was proclaimed a living saint. Lord Imperium, funny, the story of Saint Drusus, you know, is completely different. I've heard accounts that Drusus wasn't a guardsman but an aristocrat, and it was a contender for Golgena's position who made an attempt on his life, and he didn't rise from the dead. The assassin just decided not to kill him. Hieronymus looked at you with a smirk. Well, of course you've heard that, but just consider for a moment whose words you are repeating right now. The ones who put them into your head? Do they mean the Imperium? Well, think on it. Who were you in the past? A wretched fiend. Blinded by ambition, I served my home planet's Adeptum Administrarum division. I was a shrewd and sly bureaucrat, and I soared to great heights to the very chair of prefect. In 30 years, I turned my home from a withered fringe colony into a prosperous world. Our wealth grew as we bloomed. But the bloom was a veneer for rot. Opulence had depraved us, and luxury had seduced us with its sordid promises. The planet's denizens no longer wished to pray or work, they only sought entertainment and dangerous philosophies. 1,000 vile heresies and 1,000,000 appealing vices bred on my world like a mold on a Nutri-bar. In those days I saw my own man eyes the shameless ugliness of the soul. I repented of my hubris, left the position of prefect and became a traveling missionary. I have been one ever since. As for my word, 20 years later the Holy Inquisition consigned to purifying flames. The Emperor is merciful for allowing you a chance at redemption. Who said I had redeemed myself? I doomed an entire planet to degeneracy. You think a decade or two of wandering with a mission is enough to atone for that? No. I am poor excuse for a shepherd in his eyes. Your words about the past are drowned in murky hues of sickly green, and your talk of the present falls in grey flakes of ash upon the shoulders of your listeners. Sorrow truly weighs heavily on you, Reverend Anonymous, and that is why the fire in your words is devoid of golden radiance. The faded flickers of teaching leave nothing but black soot on their souls. I have no more questions. I am surprised that you had any to begin with. I must take my leave. The Emperor protects. Okay, so we got a lot of rumors from this dude, right? I don't think this is from him. I think this is from that how it was called, Opticon 22. Yeah, this is from the refugees, right? We need to speak with them, I think. We also need to go to Kiava Gamma, and this we got from him. Okay, let's go this area first. Let me check this area. Oh, I see a couple of goods here. Can we loot them? Where are they? Are these things again, right? There is something here. Logic check. I think it will open a door.
Operation success.
Nice, Pasquale. Well played. Unyielding Vanguard boots. Okay, these boots double the resolve bonus that the allies gain from the wearer's unyielding beacon. Okay, and this is Servoskull Swarm. Okay.
A new challenge for me.
This explorator is blessed with
Okay, let's see if we can succeed this athletics check.
Experience?
Well played, Abelard, from first try. That's nice. Let's go here. Another thing that we can loot.
my success is an irrefutable certainty.
These things are everywhere.
I won't tolerate.
Okay, another logic here. I think it will open that.
Operation successful.
At least we gain some experience from these things. I see goods, but where are they? They're still here? It's basically the same. Is there anything else here? Nothing else? Oh, there is an athletics jump here. Maybe we'll find something here. Goods. Goods again down below. Okay, interesting. Let's check.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
Okay, what did we found? Commander's Monocle. Whenever an ally under the effect of the wearer's voice command ability makes an attack during an extra turn, this attack deal additional 3 damage. Voice command. Is this what? Great sword. It's a great sword, right? Interesting. Is this
You are in the presence of House Orsenia.
bring it down? Okay, so it's good for her. So let's equip it, why not? It's good for her. What's this? Let's save. I do not know what's this. What happened? Okay, there was a dude dead there. Okay. So this is something with these AMV guys. Okay, let's go down then.
To the stars.
Is there anything here? Let's check these letters again. Down here. I think they are the same, yeah. With these AMV guys. I think these are the ones that attacked me. I wonder if we can sell them. What's happening here? Drusian acolytes. It is the palace. I'm not gonna go there just yet. We still need to check this out. I see that there is something here. Can we speak with this dude? Carnival Baker. This young man is clearly making every effort to look dapper. His fashionable clothes are practically new and his hair is well groomed. What ruins this impression is the poorly scrubbed off oil stain from his leaky implant and the fit of the jacket, which was clearly made for someone else. Come on, come on. Why is this blue? It's because we arrived incognito. See for yourself the best collection of live Xenos on Footfall. What kind of collection is this? Dangerous, vicious, ruthless Xenobeast caught red-handed as they were attempting to commit evil against the Imperium. But right now they're harmless. Our cages can withstand their rage. But I wouldn't recommend getting too close. Hahaha. These aren't Xenos, they're mutants in makeup. The man smiles dims, but only for a moment. Not Xenos, you say? I'm sure there must be some mistake. I will check the shipping list myself, rest assured. His words are oozing with greenish-yellow hues. I do not think the promise will be kept. Such entertainment is lucrative precisely because billions of Imperium subjects have never encountered a Xenos in their life. Ignorance and curiosity create colossal demand. That's what I was taught, and I can see that the lesson was truthful. I think if we buy them, we will lose how it's called, profit factor. So I'm gonna go with this one. I demand that this abuse be stopped and all captives be freed. Apologize, sir. This is simply impossible. Private property, legitimate business licensed by the Liege. Last but not least, it's a noble cause to help the citizens of Footfall foster a proper attitude towards enemies of the Imperium. With a guilty look, he makes a helpless gesture. I'm not gonna buy them. Should we buy them? The thing is, we will lose profit factor. Yeah, let's buy them. I think we will have more profit factor gain here. I will buy all captives from you. So we basically got 10 iconoclast. That can be done, very much so. The entire collection will cost you a tidy sum, but you're free to take them away right now. Do we got something in exchange? I do not know. What did we receive? I know that we lose a little bit of profit factor, but I think we are okay. I think the game wants us to do this, right? And I don't think we need that much right now. The thing is, in the first act, you need 21, but you get 22, right? To get everything. What's happening here? The low hum of voices quiet and dozen gazes shifts through you. The tall man with a shaved head is rubbing his hands together nervously. His opulent clothes are nearly bursting at the seam of his muscular body, and his expression is forbiddingly green. Still, he's trying to put on an air of friendliness. Greetings, you must be... He glances at the scroll in his mechanical hand implant. Master Fidelio? All the guests has arrived. You're the last on the list. Have you cool? And we could start without you. Your presence is absolutely vital. Of course, I'm Fidelio. He puts on a broad smile, but then catches himself quickly, frowns once more. Please, we can talk later. Champagne is about to begin. What is this tomfoolery, Abelard Grampus? But not before making sure that the man is out of earshot. Awareness, look around. The gathering, you found yourself at the refined and respectable at first glance. The decoration and the attendees' clothes speak of wealth, and so does the location, which isn't far from the liege residence. But you notice the most of those gathered are of rather imposing physique. Many of them have scars and military-grade implants. Several of the guests look like they are covering the exit. A few are clearly carrying concealed weapons. Okay, so this is an ambush. Your appearance has definitely attracted everyone's attention. Just about every guest here keeps glancing at you, and some are clearly watching your every move, even though they are trying not to show it. I wonder who this Fidelio is and why they cannot start proceeding until he or she appears. Judging by the way that fellow with the list was talking about, this individual is someone very important. But it's not a name I heard before. I have never heard the name before either. What is this place and what is going on here? Okay, new rumor. I know nothing about the place, but I can feel something in the works here. I sense danger and opportunity. Okay. And the danger's a whole lot greater, she finishes grimly. Join the attendees, I want to see what this is about. Let's see. Find out what is happening at the strange ceremony, uncover Fidelio's identity. Lurk. Oh, what a terrible sorrow day. We pay our respects to the life and soul Footfall Society, a loyal servant of the Imperium, a generous benefactor who spared no expense to keep the fire of faithful burning, and an example to all future generations, the most noble and unforgettable Master Belardo. This last, the fuzzy administratum clerk, speaks in a strained voice, and keeps peeking at the paper with text on it. His speech drags on and on, bleeding into a monotonous cascade of praises of the late Master Belardo. What's happening here? So let us offer a prayer to the Emperor for the repose of Master Belardo's soul and the prosperity of his heirs. I now pass you over to our most revered chaplain. Chaplain, a formidable looking man dressed in the attire of a clergy missionary glares at the gathered crowd. And here you are all, you vultures. Let's us offer a prayer then. If you think that the Emperor or the messenger of his will, in other words myself, does not see into the vile souls, you are surely mistaken. Chaplains look at you and gives a sly nod. I wasn't referring to Master Fidelio. At least Dance himself wanted to see him at his funeral. But the rest, I know every one of you, and I will be astonished to discover anyone here who truly mourns this loss. So go ahead, pray for Belardo's soul. Soon the flames will take him, a fitting end for a life like his. May the Emperor keep his souls. Without another word, Chaplain makes the sign of the Aquila and pointedly turns away from the attendees. What's happening here? That's it? Okay. We got another rumor, I think, right? Where is this? How it's called? Lost in the Void? I think is this one, right? Is this one? It might be this one. No, it's not. Calamity on Industrial World. This is from those guys, right? How it's called? From the guys that we spoke with. Let's see what's happening here. I don't know exactly what's happening here.
The premonition runs true.
People definitely want Fidelio's dead. Okay. So there is a quest here, right? We need to find this. Find out what's happening at the strange ceremony and uncover Fidelio's identity. So it is here, right?
I won't tolerate weakness.
What did we find? A shotgun, shredder shotgun. This is nice. Okay, I do not know what happened here. It was a trap?
None shall
I
stand.
think, as I said, someone really wants that dude dead. Book of Remembrance. Someone, possibly Fidelio, left a strange note in the Book of Remembrance. The word repentance could have some connection to the Fidelio's mystery. Interesting. Let's be with this chaplain. There is something else here. So right now, basically, we investigate a murder. I haven't seen a trap for a while, to be honest. What's here? What happened? You hear someone delicately cleaning their throats. The source of his sound turns out to be Administrator Clerk you saw next to Chaplain. His clothes are neat and impeccably pressed. His face, however, reveals extreme nervousness, bordering on fear. My good Master Fidelio, do hope you're satisfied with the services provided by our establishment. He leans into a little closer and whispers, I beg of you, help me. But please keep your voice down. We can't let anyone hear us. It's a matter of life and death. What's the matter? The clerk wipes the sweat from his brow nervously. Please understand, it's very difficult to get by on footfall with my wages. An imperial regulation 4030/8L on post-mortal service workers on peripheral wards directly prohibits the chief operators of the crematorium from leaving their workplace for any reason other than sleep, food, severe illness, and the administration of sacraments. Therefore, I am practically forced to look for other sources of income that allow me to stay within the walls of this here establishment. I've set up a little, shall we say, enterprise. I replace the implants of the deceased with identical replicas and sell them to the right people when I have a shipment ready. Okay. I had just prepared the newest batch of superb unique implants of the highest quality, but I got careless. I used my first sick leave in 4 standard years, and it was on that very day that Master Belardo passed away, and his family was quick to organize a ceremony in our crematorium. I simply didn't have the time to prepare, and now my container full of good, it is the furnace, and if you don't help me, they're gonna go burn it any minute. Why? Wait, so you hid valuables in the crematorium furnace? I've been hiding them there for 10 years now, and quite successfully, I might add. Only the richest citizen can afford the service of a crematorium, and sadly they don't die all that often. Usually I sell the goods before the next body arrives, but I got unlucky this time. Help me, I beg you. What do you need from me, and what are you offering in return? Well, there's still time. Could you please get to the furnace and pull the container with the implants out there? We'll split the goods 50-50. You can even have first pick. Just please hurry. They'll soon be putting the coffin with old Belardo where it belongs, and then poof, it will be reduced to ash and my priceless augmentics along with it. Why did you ask me specifically for help? There's no one else to turn, the clerk exclaimed in dismay. All the guests here are scoundrels, murderers, or cooks. Or all three at once. I was going to send in a servitor, but only personal servitors of House Belardo are allowed into the courtyard today, and I don't have their access code. You're all I have left, and I can tell you're an upstanding individual with a most noble countenance too. The moment I saw you, I knew he is the one who will save me. I'll help you on the following condition. You see, I'm the most definitely Master Fidelio. I'm afraid I misplaced some of my documents. If you make me a copy of everything you can find in the archive that has my name on it, you'll get your contraband. Of course, we'll do. You'll be most pleased with the results. Just help me, for the throne's help. Okay. Drones preserve you, make it look like you're just having a look around. It's a lot easier for you to wander into a restricted area without arousing suspicion than it is for me. Find the container, it's in the far corner, get out and come back to me. I'll be waiting. Okay, so what do we need to do? The container. Hidden in the furnace. And where is this one? Can we make it active? The crematorium. Okay. So
victory awaits.
Okay, what's happening here? First mate Dag and Master Fidelio, are you leaving already? I'm afraid you'll have to wait. Wait, yes, it's Footfall Station Services. See, they're carrying out a scheduled inspection of the life support system. It won't take long, an hour, maybe 2. Okay, so they don't allow us to leave. Let's speak with this Adelia. Where is she? Can we speak with her? Yes, we can. The girl dressed in expensive clothes raises her sad little face to you and says in a serious voice, "Hello. Who are you and what are you doing here?" Hiding. She hesitates for a moment. I thought I was going to cry and I didn't want anyone to see. My name is Adelia Belardo. It's my grandpa in there, in the box. Argenta face softens. She reaches out and gently strokes Adelia's head. The tears will pass, Adelia, the tears will pass, the strength will return, and your courage will never leave you. Adelia tries to smile, then just nods seriously. Where are your parents? My dad is Cas Belardo. He's with the guests, and my mom ran away. They told me she hated dad and grandpa. I guess she hated me too. I don't know, it was a long time ago. I don't even miss her anymore. I miss grandpa, he was the nicest. She presses her lips together and let out a quiet, very unchildlike sigh. Have you ever heard the name Fidelio? It's someone my dad is very mad at, but dad is always mad at everyone. At grandpa, mom, Dag and Chaplain. Did your grandfather ever mention the word repentance to you? He did. That word kept appearing in our hearts and nobody knew who wrote it. It used to make Grandpa happy when it was little. He always smiled when he saw it, but then, later, when it was a little bigger and Grandpa was already old, it stopped making him happy. He was sad. He will just sit there and stare at nothing. And after that, when he got sick, she stops, her big eyes glistening with tears. When he got sick, the writing started to scare him. More and more of it appeared. Repentance, repentance, repentance. Even in his bedroom, one time he pointed at that word and said something very weird about dead eyes and about cobras going to class. Okay. Abelard, who was looking at her with sympathy, narrowed his eyes. What did you say? Cobras going to class? Are you sure this is what your grandfather said? Of course I'm sure. When Grandpa was ill, I sat with him, and this one time he just started talking about cobras. I was sad, but it was also a little funny. Cobras get to class, he said. Abelard stroked his beard. Perhaps this is the old Navy officer in me talking, but I'm almost certain he wasn't talking about a snake, but a Cobra class destroyer. Cobra going to class, you see. Maybe. Someone left a strange words in the book of remembrance as if they were from Fidelio. That wasn't your doing, by any chance? That will be funny, Frank. Her eyes light up a little, but I don't play pranks. I was someone else. Maybe Fidelio did it very quietly, or maybe it was someone who's not on the list, but also someone nobody will suspect. I must take my leave. Goodbye. Okay, this is the chaplain. I think we will discuss with him a little bit. We also have this crematorium. But I think this is it for this episode. We have this quest, right? Underworld. It's with. It's not this one. It is this one. A strange ceremony is taking place in the heart of Footfall. What will happen if Rock Trader decides to join the proceedings, right? So we need to learn a lot of what's happening to this basically ceremony. Okay. So I think this is it for this episode. I hope you enjoy it. We will continue into the next one. We will continue this quest Underworld, but since we are past 60 minutes mark, I think this is a good place to stop. Thank you for watching. I hope I'm gonna see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.